Hi. The more I read and see things around me, I come to the conclusion that this universe has a certain specific number of raw materials and a certain specific recipes or techniques to put those raw materials into use, and then it plays with those raw materials and those techniques and create different entities. If in case it has gotten a little confusing, let me get straight away into what I'm trying to tell you. Suppose I don't think I should use the word suppose. Our earth has its core as fire, and then it has earth, that is the solid part, the crust, the different layers of earth crust. So this is earth, or the solid material, and then it has water in large amount. This is water, and then it has atmosphere, that is air, this is air, and then finally we have a layer of ether. Those of you who know what ether is when oxygen and alkaline material mix. It's a colorless, odorless, or maybe to some at certain times sweet smelling compound. So that's ether for you. Now you know the type of components that we have fire, we have earth, we have water, we have air, and then ether. The same goes for all living entities. I will just focus on humans. We know that earth has 70 to 75% of water. So does a human being, in form of all fluids and liquids in us. Our body is 72, it is said that our body is 72% water. Then the amount of earth that we have is 12%. Obviously this can be debated, the exact number, but then this is roughly the amount. Then fire is 6%, and uh, then we have earth as 12%. Did I say that? Yes, I guess I did. So air is the rest amount, and when everything has been accounted for, there's still some weight that is not accounted for, and that we consider as ether. Now you must have heard the term ethereal body. All right, we'll come to that a little later. This is my point, that with a fixed component and a fixed proportion, everything in this world is made. Let's talk about human body, and before that let me talk about a cell, a battery cell. You know how it works. You have anode. Anode is that part which has excess of negative charge. Then you have electrolyte. Electrolyte is the salt which when energized or activated gives ions, and these extra negative ions are go towards anode, and then in order to get positive, it completes the circle and goes towards cathode, or that part of the battery that has excess of positive ions. And anything that comes here, attached here, is energized, like for example a bulb. While these ions, the negative ions, are flowing towards the cathode, it will pass uh, it will pass through a certain instrument, and I gave an example of a bulb, where a few of the anions will be utilized, few of the sorry, electrons will be utilized, and then the rest that are not utilized will go towards cathode. Then it will pass through the electrolyte. Electrolyte is a liquid that has salts in it, which when energized give ions. That is, it disintegrates, and it is not a stable compound anymore. It gives certain ions. Some ions are positive, some are negative. The negative ones get accumulated at this portion. So again the process starts, and this is how it functions. Now if it has gotten a little too technical for you, all you have to remember is that you don't even need to remember, because I'm so sure that all of us have used batteries once in a lifetime and actually a number of times in our lifetimes, so we know how it functions. A part of a battery through a wire is connected to certain instrument, and then whatever ions are used, the rest go towards the other side of the battery, and this is how it functions. This is precisely how I see a human body as well. We have, we humans, we humans have 72% water. Sorry, not water, liquid. Now that is that can be seen as fluids and blood, and all these liquids are salts. Salts meaning combination of acids and bases. And you would know, whoever has gotten some blood test done whenever would know there is a test of testing the electrolyte level as well in the body, and when that electrolyte level goes down, there are problems that our body faces, like the nervous system is affected, and you know that the nervous system is all about receiving electric signals through synapses, that which are the neurocells or the nerve cells. So I guess the connection is clear, crystal clear, that our body's blood, the blood that we have, is actually the electrolyte of the battery. And then we have spinal cord running throughout. It has its branches everywhere, and basically from the thorax portion to the skull, that we know that it runs through this part. It is like a wire. It carries all the information from different parts of the body to the skull, and from skull or the brain to different parts of the body or nerves. So you know that this is where the electric field is. This is where the electric field is. Whoever has known or studied electric field would know that this is how it functions. This is the pattern of movement of electric signals: crest, trough, up, down, up, down. So this is how it functions, right? So this is how it is functioning here as well. But whenever an electric field is created, there is also creation of a magnetic field, which is like flat. The magnetic field is like flat, and the electric signals are like this. And this is the electrical signals, and this is the magnetic field. So while the electric signals pass through the spinal cord, which of course is connected to millions of or innumerable nerves in our body, there is a magnetic field that is created. This magnetic field can be seen as chakra. I have wondered for a long time whether there is anything real about chakras that we talk about in the body, whether these energy points really do exist. And then I also realized that I have also experienced a certain feeling uh, in root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, and the uh, in the heart portion, the sinking feeling that you sometimes have, or the jubilant feeling that you sometimes have. And then the solar plexus, when there is a flutter in your tummy when something big is about to happen, or when you're anxious, and so on. And then at times one also feels the presence of sacral or the root chakra. As far as the throat and the head and the crown chakra is concerned, I guess it comes only through meditation, because so far their presence has not been felt by a person like me who's not much into meditation, though I can say that I read and I observe things a lot, but I have not been very consistent as far as meditation is concerned. So, moving on, I was assured that this magnetic field that is created is basically are actually the chakras that we know. Moreover, chakras, for a moment, let's forget that, and you know that I'm sorry. You know that there is mm, electromagnetic waves all around Earth. Let me use some other color. Excuse me, just 1 minute. There are electromagnetic waves all around our Earth. Certain waves come from outside galaxies, some from the solar system. They are waves, that is. What are waves? They are vibrational frequencies that come. These are electromagnetic waves. These electromagnetic waves have certain information stored in them, pretty much like the TV signal that the antenna sends the TV signals somewhere in the satellite, and then these signals are basically the pictures or the video signals that are uh, converted through a transducer, if I'm correct, if that's the word. Transducer converts those pictures and those sounds, the audio video signals, into electrical signals, and then from satellite it comes back to the antenna, which is the receiver, and there also there are transducers, and they convert those electrical signals back to the I'm sorry, those electromagnetic waves that have information stored in them will send out these waves into in form of electromagnetic waves, and then when it is received, it is converted back to electrical signals. Those are the electrical signals that our electronic instruments understand, whether it is a radio or a TV, or with whatever be the instrument that we are talking. They only operate on, they only understand electrical signals. So the electromagnetic waves are converted back to electrical signals through transducers. Transducers are created. Suppose you want to make a transducer at home, how would you make it? You'll create it uh, by making a magnet where coils of wires are uh, I don't know what to say. They are rolled on a piece of round shaped object, and then those transducers are made. Same is the case with chakra. These can be seen as transducers. You, all of you who have studied about chakra a little bit, would know that chakras are said to have a certain color, and they are also said to have a certain number of petals. And those petals can be seen as coils. The more the number of coils, greater would be its capacity to receive higher level frequency. So this one is the root chakra, which is red in color. None of us know what is red in, whether it is actually red in color or not. Something which is magnetic in nature, having associating a sound with it and a color with it, is going a few steps further. It's stretching imagination too far, but not exactly. Something, it, I guess, I don't know, I'm not too sure. People who have experienced it for with surety, with certainty, would be able to speak about it. I'm not vetoing them, but what I feel is that since these are the chakras that receive that have a lower frequency, they can receive frequencies of lower vibration. They obviously receive it from shorter distance. Something that is coming from here, shorter distance, would be received by by this chakra. And you know, when you break the light into its 7 components, the shortest, um the light with least frequency is the red one. And therefore root chakra is symbolized with red color and a certain sound are mantra can be seen as sound formulas to activate certain chakra. Now the higher frequency would be sacral chakra. It has a higher frequency and it will receive wavelengths from far and beyond, or maybe let's say that from a distance larger than the distance uh, that is captured by root chakra. And then we have heart chakra receiving wavelengths from even further than throat chakra. And the and talking of the white light, that component which has the highest frequency or the shortest wavelength is blue. So as we go higher, beyond heart chakra, the colors also change. Their frequency corresponds with the frequency of those lights that have higher frequency and lower wavelength, that is green, purple, blue. This is white light, usually white and light purple, silvery. I don't know, I don't want to talk about colors because I haven't experienced them. I guess people who consistently meditate would know it better. And I also think that people have different experiences. All of us would not experience the same thing. So I guess this is pretty much it. What I wanted to is establish in this. I'm not in a position to establish. I can only share my own. I can't even say experiences. My own conclusions about things after extensively reading them, because I do believe that people face the same kind of confusions as I have faced. So that's why I feel I must, the bottom line is that everything, we are small little batteries, each one of us. Even animals are, but I'm focusing on humans. And we are working just like a battery works. Our electrolyte is the blood, and our wire is the spinal cord. The magnetic field are the chakras that convert electromagnetic waves from outside into electrical signals, or so that our mind can decipher, just like an electronic item would only decipher electric signals, not electromagnetic waves. So these chakras can be seen as transducers that will convert electromagnetic waves into electric signals, which will be understood better. Now we come to the main question as to why do we need to activate or open our chakras in the first place. I guess it is pretty much like, you know where you come from, you know your own coordinate. You're not living a life of illusion. It's just like having a direct contact with your boss. Our boss may be nothing than just signals from far and beyond, but whoever be our boss, we must be able to get in touch with it. We must know our own position in the cosmos. So I guess that's why chakra activation is important. And then once you know all these things, you don't even waste a lot of time in small little bickering and day-to-day problems, because they're just a small, it's a small deal. um, I hope I made things slightly clearer for people who are interested in this subject. Rest later. As usual, I'll say bye. This is me, and bye.